Good morning, Flagler County. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Thursday, January 19th.
Could it be potentially a life-saving thing? Absolutely. Could it cause problems? Possibly.
Flagler Schools will survey its 1,600 employees on whether they want to be armed and assist in the event of an emergency. Amy Cherry takes a closer look.
School Board Chair Cheryl Massaro says the Guardian program they're considering has a variety of options.
One being you use concealed weapons with your own staff. Two being you hire people outside, they become your staff, and you train them just to be guardians and with other duties also. And three, you hire a completely outside organization. There are the three choices if you choose to have guardians.
Massaro says if employees aren't interested, that would take that option off the table. She adds feedback from employees and parents has been mixed. No matter what step the district takes, Massaro insists it won't replace sheriff's deputies who serve as school resource officers.
We're not replacing our school resource officers. No way is that going to happen. But all we want to do is consider supplementing them.
From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. Flagler County Sheriff's deputies make a variety of arrests in the latest roundup of law enforcement activity.
The Martin Luther King Jr. holiday weekend was unfortunately a very busy one for Flagler County Sheriff's deputies. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
Over the Martin Luther King Day weekend, deputies handled over 900 calls for service, making 7 arrests in 234 traffic stops.
In another crime situation was a suspicious vehicle spotted for ripping off gasoline.
And they smelled a large, overwhelming odor of gasoline emitting from the back of the box truck. Deputies obtained the ability to search the vehicle and found illegal bladder tanks and all the mechanisms to pump fuel from gas stations.
And another crime highlight included 2 vehicles stolen from Volusia County that were recovered within hours. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
Flagler Beach begins preparations for its 100th anniversary celebration.
Commission Chair Ken Bryan says although the centennial isn't for another 3 years, they wanted to get the ball rolling now.
What we wanted to do was kind of kick it off and get some things moving, get some committees set up, and get people in the community involved so that we can just start planning for this event that's going to be really historic because the city itself is historic. And I want a complete involvement with the community, particularly the businesses, and just kind of get people excited about what we're doing as a city and get the word out there.
The celebration will extend beyond Flagler Beach.
Flagler Beach is sort of a spin-off of Bunnell and Flagler County itself because Flagler County was carved out of St. Johns County and Volusia. So Volusia and St. Johns and Bunnell and, everyone in the community, I'm asking everyone to come forward and just kind of help us all celebrate Flagler Beach because we all love it and, it's a lot of things here, a lot of history.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
Do you know what the largest city by landmass in Florida is?
It's Jacksonville, but Bunnell, our Flagler County seat, is the second largest city by landmass in all of the Sunshine State. That's from historian Randy J., who said on a recent episode of Common Grounds, the city of Bunnell decided to grow its landmass.
What had happened recently, actually, when Palm Coast started to take over a lot of property, the city of Bunnell decided to go out there and take over a bunch of property and bring it into their city limits so they will not get built up through the Palm Coast explosion.
Jay said that Bunnell is the largest city in Flagler County.
But the newest city in Flagler County is Palm Coast.
It is also Florida's largest planned community. That's what historian Randy J. said on Common Ground recently. J. said that like many Florida cities of old now gone, there was a tower that a person could climb to pick out a piece of property and build a home.
They used that same technique decades later to build Palm Coast, which incidentally is the largest planned community in the history of Florida.
Jay said that while the city is relatively new and growing, it was not built without some growing pains.
Unfortunately, with the development of Palm Coast, a lot of archaeological sites were wiped out and bulldozed under.
He said that Flagler County lost a lot of history when ITT built its planned community. Common Ground is on WNZF Sunday mornings at 10 and on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, Ocean City, or what we now know as Flagler Beach. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.